What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Today I'm going to be covering Quant as it looks like it might explode. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
So this was Quant in one of my previous videos. It was trading down here at $85, and we had it drawn in an ascending triangle, and we called out the Class A bullish divergence. And this is Quant currently trading at $98, and at its peak, it was $112. So had you guys taken this trade, you could have made up to 31% in around 3 weeks. And if you compare that to the stock market, the average return is 10% in a year. That would mean we made in 3 weeks what the stock market makes in 3 years, which are actually pretty incredible gains. And if you enjoy making gains in the crypto market, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. But anyways, I'll go deeper into the chart at the end of the video. So as I was saying, Quant is currently trading at $98. Its market cap is $1.1 billion, which ranks 49th among all cryptocurrencies. And its circulating supply is up to 12 million out of a max supply of 14.8 million, which is about 81% in circulation. And I do want you guys to keep these numbers in mind, because I'm going to talk about them again in just a second. Quant is also currently down 76% from its all-time high that it reached 2 years ago at $428. And if you're looking to trade Quant, I recommend using Binance, Coinbase, or KuCoin. I think those are the 3 easiest centralized exchanges to use. Okay, so there is one major thing that I want to cover with Quant, and that is that I see people talking about how Quant is a very expensive project, given that it is $98 a coin. Like, I see people all the time talking about how Caspa or Hedera is a much better investment because it's much cheaper right now. And I just want you guys to understand that that is not the case at all. If you're talking purely one coin to one coin, yeah, Caspa or HBAR is a cheaper project. However, Caspa, for example, has a market cap of 2.8 billion, whereas Quant's market cap is only 1.1 billion. Just to show you guys what I'm talking about, if you come over to market cap of, and you compare the current market cap of Quant to the current market cap of Caspa, which again is 2.8 billion. If Quant reached those levels, it'd be trading at a price point of $198, which is obviously much higher than Caspa. Now, if it still doesn't make sense, I'm going to compare the current market cap of Caspa to the current market cap of Bitcoin, which is 731 billion. If Caspa reached those levels, it'd be trading at a price point of $33. So now if we compare Quant to Bitcoin, Quant would be trading at 50,400, whereas Bitcoin right now is only trading at 37,400. So Quant is an even more scarce crypto than Bitcoin. So again, not that I think Caspa or HBAR is a bad investment at all. In fact, I'm a very big fan of both projects, but it just bothers me when people don't understand Quant's supply and they say that Quant is too expensive of a project right now, when in reality it is smaller than those other 2 projects. All right, now we'll go ahead and get into some Quant news. So this is their Twitter, which has 139,000 followers. Now, they just posted November 27th. Watch our recent short film produced with Alliance FinTech, in which Gilbert Verdian and Martin Hargreaves share their thoughts on the future of money. Now, this video is 6.5 minutes, so I'm not going to have you guys watch it, but I do highly recommend you guys watch it on your own. There is a lot of very good information in it. And I will say, there are a lot of people out there who are going to disagree with a lot of the information, as they spend a decent amount of time promoting CBDCs, which to an extent completely defeats the purpose of cryptocurrency. However, my argument is that central banks control most of the money in the world. So if Quant is heavily connected to central banks, there's going to be a lot of money flowing through the project. Not to mention the amount of major institutions that Quant is connected to through Overledger. But now we'll go over some major news that could affect Quant's price action, even though it's not directly correlated to Quant. So this is Watcher Guru's Twitter. So there's 2 main things that I want to talk about. The first one being what they posted 18 hours ago. So the SEC seeks to prove that Binance and founder CZ committed an FTX-style fraud. And a lot of people out there believe that this is linked. So the SEC commissioner says there is no reason for us to stand in the way of a spot Bitcoin ETF.
We have heard a lot of reporting in another matter that has gotten a lot of attention regarding a spot ETF, that there is ongoing conversations between issuers who have filed some of these applications and individuals at the SEC. And I wonder if you can shed any light on how much you as a commissioner might be involved in that, or really if this is just happening at the lower staff level at the moment.
No, again, I really can't comment on that, but I think I've been very transparent that I've thought for many years now that there is no reason for us to stand in the way of a spot Bitcoin exchange traded product.
So the reason a lot of people believe that those 2 things are connected is because supposedly the SEC will not approve a Bitcoin spot ETF until Bitcoin is under control. And that starts with Binance, given that it is the world's largest centralized exchange. And they believe that whoever controls Binance is going to control a very large portion of crypto. And I have been beating the drum for a long time that once a Bitcoin spot ETF gets approved, that will help bring trillions of dollars to the industry. So this is definitely something to keep your eyes on. But now for the final part of this video, we'll get into some technical analysis. So this is Quant on the daily time frame. And as I said at the beginning, had you guys taken this initial trade, you could have made 31% in 3 weeks. But anyways, what am I saying right now? So the RSI was getting pretty overbought, but is now starting to reset. And the stochastics are also getting a little bit high. Neither indicator looks great, but neither indicator looks bad. However, if you look at price action, we swing from a lower low to a higher low. The RSI makes a double bottom, which is Class C bullish divergence, which typically signals a local bottom has been reached. Now you could also argue that Quant is starting to form a bull flag, which break up 68% of the time, and it has a measured move to about $109. And then the last thing that I want to point out is you could also argue that Quant is potentially forming an inverse head and shoulders. We have a shoulder right here, a head right here, and then if we do end up forming a shoulder. So that's another thing to keep your eyes on, because inverse head and shoulders usually break up big time. But now let's assume we do get that move up. The main thing I want to point out is that we need to get above this resistance level at $112. We have been rejected off of there 3 times prior to that. And then the final thing I want to point out is if you look at the moving averages, the 21-day has broken above the 200-day moving average, which is a golden cross. And golden crosses typically signal an explosive move is coming. So overall, Quant looks pretty decent right now on the daily time frame. Now, lastly, we'll go over Bitcoin as it's correlated to most altcoins. So the first thing I'm noticing on Bitcoin is that the RSI is extremely overbought, and not just on the daily time frame, but also the 3-day is extremely overbought, as you can see right here, if it ever decides to load. And then also the weekly time frame is extremely overbought. In addition, on the weekly time frame, we have had 6 massive green candles in a row, which definitely is classed as a parabolic move, as we have went from 26,100 to around 38,000. And in my experience, chasing a parabolic move rarely works out well for you. However, if you go back to the daily time frame, you could argue that Bitcoin was trading in a bull flag, which started to break up and has a huge measured move to around $42,000. And the main reason that this might actually play out is because the stochastics have completely reset, but also price action is currently using the 21-day moving average as support. And unless we start trading beneath the 21-day moving average, I'm going to stay bullish on Bitcoin in the short term. So this measured move is still valid. But I will say both Bitcoin and Quant are being very indecisive right now. They both have very neutral indicators. And as I say in every single one of my videos, macroeconomics significantly outweigh technical analysis. So if all of a sudden the Bitcoin spot ETFs were to get approved, that could skyrocket the entire market. On the contrary, if Binance crashed or something terrible happened, that could tank the entire market. So just understand crypto is going to be extremely volatile in the short term. Anything can happen. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think Quant will go next bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.